One weapon erased half the universe with a snap. Another shattered Captain America's indestructible shield. From god killers to reality benders, the MCU's most legendary weapons have rewritten the rules of power. Let's break down every single one. The Infinity Gauntlet stands as the most devastating weapon in MCU history, and honestly, it's not even close. When Thanos threatened the Dwarven King Atri and forced him to forge this massive Uru glove, he created something that could channel the raw power of all 6 Infinity Stones simultaneously. Remember that scene in Avengers Infinity War where Thanos snaps his fingers on that peaceful planet? That single gesture erased half of all living beings across the entire universe. The gauntlet took serious damage from that snap, with the entire left side of Thanos' body getting charred and burned, but it still worked well enough for him to destroy the stones themselves. Only beings with extraordinary strength like Thanos, Hulk, and Iron Man could even attempt to use it without dying instantly. The energy surge from the stones literally courses through your entire body like fire in your veins. Mjolnir represents more than just Thor's hammer. It's a test of character wrapped in enchanted Uru metal. The dwarves originally crafted this warhammer for Asgard's royal family, and it served Odin and even Hela before Thor ever touched it. The hammer returns when called, channels massive lightning strikes, and lets you fly by spinning it at incredible speeds. But here's what makes Mjolnir special. After Odin placed his enchantment on it, only those deemed worthy could lift it. We saw this play out beautifully in Avengers Age of Ultron during that party scene where everyone tried and failed to lift it, then Vision casually picked it up like it was nothing. The hammer's most heartbreaking moment came in Thor Ragnarok when Hela caught it mid-flight and crushed it to dust with her bare hands. But Mjolnir had one more journey left. It reassembled itself to give Jane Foster the power of Thor in Love and Thunder, proving the hammer chooses its wielder based on the heart, not the muscle. Stormbreaker changed the game entirely. After Thanos demolished him in Infinity War, Thor needed something with enough juice to actually hurt the Mad Titan. Atri promised to forge the greatest weapon in Asgardian history, and boy did he deliver. This enchanted axe got forged in the heart of a dying star, specifically Nidavellir, in one of the most visually stunning sequences we've seen. The weapon is made from the same Uru metal as Mjolnir, but packs even more raw power. Stormbreaker can summon the Bifrost Bridge without needing Heimdall or the Rainbow Bridge itself, which means instant teleportation across the 9 realms. Unlike Mjolnir, Stormbreaker has no worthiness enchantment. Anyone strong enough can pick it up and use it, which we saw when Thanos grabbed it and nearly killed Thor with his own weapon in Endgame. The axe proved its devastating potential when Thor buried it deep in Thanos' chest, and it would have finished the job if Thor had aimed for the head. After Thor reclaimed Mjolnir, he passed Stormbreaker to his adoptive daughter Love, setting her up as a future powerhouse. Gungnir served as both a weapon and symbol of Asgardian royalty. This mighty spear passed from Bor to Odin and carried serious magical weight. The spear could fire destructive energy blasts and open the Bifrost Bridge without Heimdall's sword. But its most interesting feature was the direct connection to the Destroyer, that massive automated guardian in Odin's vault. Whoever held Gungnir controlled the Destroyer remotely. We saw this in the first Thor movie when Loki used the spear to send the Destroyer to Earth to kill his brother. Gungnir had been carried into battle against Malekith and the Dark Elves, helping Bor secure victory in that ancient war. The legendary spear met its end when Surtur destroyed Asgard during Ragnarok, going down with the realm it represented. The scepter was Thanos' gift to Loki, though calling it a gift feels wrong considering what it really was. This weapon featured a long golden shaft with a blue casing that secretly held the Mind Stone. Those 2 curved blades on either side made it lethal in close combat. Loki used it to impale and slash his way through SHYELD agents during the Battle of New York. The scepter's blades were tough enough to withstand direct hits from Mjolnir, which tells you everything about its durability. Beyond the physical damage, the scepter could fire energy blasts and allowed Loki to communicate through astral projection. Its most sinister ability was mind control. Touch the tip to someone's chest, and the Mind Stone would corrupt their thoughts and bend them to your will. We saw Loki do this to Hawkeye and Eric Selvig in The Avengers. After the battle, Hydra got their hands on it and ran experiments that gave Wanda and Pietro their powers. Ultron eventually cracked open the blue casing to reveal the Mind Stone in its true form, that yellowish gem that that later became Vision's power source and the mark on his forehead. If you're loving this breakdown of the MCU's most powerful weapons, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dives into Marvel's universe. Drop a comment telling us which weapon you'd want to wield in battle, and don't forget to like this video if you're hyped about the MCU's legendary arsenal. Hofund functioned as the key to the Bifrost Bridge, wielded exclusively by Heimdall. This Asgardian blade controlled transportation across the 9 realms, but Heimdall also used it as his primary weapon in combat. The sword had a distinctive design and serious cutting power. After Asgard's destruction in Ragnarok, Hofund lost its main purpose as a Bifrost key, but Heimdall kept it at his side. The weapon met its end during the same tragic moment as its master. When Thanos attacked the Asgardian refugee ship at the start of Infinity War, he killed Heimdall, and Hofund was destroyed in the attack. Zeus's thunderbolt brought Greek mythology into the MCU with style. This enchanted lightning bolt channels Zeus's electrical energy and works as both a weapon and transportation. The thunderbolt can pierce almost anything, including Zeus himself, as we hilariously saw in Love and Thunder. Like Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, it returns to the wielder's hand when called and enables flight and teleportation. Thor and Valkyrie straight up stole it from Zeus during their confrontation in Omnipotent City, adding another godly weapon to their arsenal. The 10 rings stand out as one of the MCU's most mysterious weapons. These oversized rings grant multiple abilities, including enhanced strength, energy projection, and the power to fly by using them as platforms in mid-air. They can be launched as projectiles that return when summoned or form a protective barrier around the user. Shang-Chi's father, Xu Wenwu, discovered them during the Middle Ages, and they immediately stopped his aging, letting him live for thousands of years. With the ring's power, Wenwu built an empire, conquered kingdoms, and toppled governments throughout history. Before the Dweller in Darkness killed him, Wenwu passed the rings to his son Shang-Chi, who used them to unleash a massive energy explosion that finally destroyed the creature. The ring's true origin remains unknown, adding to their mystique. Ronin's universal weapon showed us how dangerous Kree technology could be. This warhammer was standard issue for the Kree Accuser Cord, but Ronin wielded it with brutal efficiency. The hammer could fire concussive blasts strong enough to snap necks instantly and send powerhouses like Drax flying through the air. After Ronin got the Power Stone from the orb, he forcibly attached it to his hammer, amplifying its power to planet-destroying levels. He wiped out the entire Nova Corps fleet and planned to use it against Xandar, and eventually Thanos himself. The Guardians of the Galaxy managed to destroy the universal weapon during the Battle of Xandar, separating Ronin from the Power Stone and ultimately defeating him. Thanos' double-edged sword proved that even without the Infinity Stones, the Mad Titan was nearly unstoppable. This massive dual-bladed weapon served him during his days as a warlord, helping him conquer entire planets. The sword functioned as a boomerang that returned after being thrown, or as a shield when spun at high speeds to deflect energy attacks. Its most impressive feat came during the final battle in Endgame when it shattered Captain America's vibranium shield, something we thought was impossible. The sword was forged from an exceptionally durable material that could clash with both Stormbreaker and Mjolnir without breaking. Wanda Maximoff fractured it with her chaos magic during their fight, and it was completely destroyed in the quantum energy explosion that ended the battle. The Necrosword represents pure corruption and death. Forged at the dawn of time, this ancient blade chose Gore as its wielder after his previous master died. The sword enhanced Gore's physical abilities to god level, letting him fight and kill deities across the universe. It granted shadow teleportation and the power to summon shadow monsters to do his bidding. The weapon could repair itself from any damage as long as it wasn't completely destroyed, but the Necrosword came with a terrible curse. It corrupted its wielder's mind with an obsession to kill all gods and link their life force to the blade itself. When Jane Foster used Mjolnir to shatter the Necrosword into pieces in Love and Thunder, it sealed Gore's fate. The weapon's destruction meant Gore would slowly die, which is exactly what happened. The Destroyer stands as one of Asgard's most powerful automated weapons. This enchanted guardian protected Odin's vault and obeyed whoever wielded Gungnir. Built solely for combat and destruction, the Destroyer could swat cars aside like toys and eliminate frost giants with brute force alone. It was forged from enhanced materials that made it nearly nearly indestructible. Even when pierced by an Asgardian blade, it kept functioning without issue. Only Mjolnir proved capable of damaging it. The destroyer's most devastating attack was a wide orange energy beam fired from its head, powered by the Odin Force itself. This beam could vaporize living beings on contact. We saw Loki send it to Earth in the first Thor movie to kill his brother, but Thor defeated it after regaining his full powers and worthiness. These legendary weapons shaped the MCU's biggest battles and most memorable moments. From Thanos' snap to Thor's worthiness, from ancient curses to divine thunderbolts, each weapon brought its own flavor of destruction and power to Marvel's cinematic universe. If you're loving this breakdown of the MCU's most powerful weapons, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dives into Marvel's universe. Drop a comment telling us which weapon you'd want to wield in battle. And don't forget to like this video if you're hyped about the MCU's legendary arsenal. See ya!